If your man says any of these things to you, then you are in a toxic relationship. So the first one is really common and it relates to work. So if your man uses the fact that he earns more money than you and he's the main breadwinner in your family or in your relationship, then that is some toxic shit. So if an argument pops up and he starts claiming you should do all the cooking or all the cleaning because he pays more and he earns more money and he buys dinners when you go out and about, and he's using the fact that he has a higher disposable income against you, then this is just an incredibly negative and toxic way to treat your partner. If he truly saw you as his woman, his equal, his partner, then you guys are a unit and you have long-term prospects together, and the money he's earning ultimately is going to be the money which is going to provide for you and him and his family. So it's your money as well, because ultimately you're the one who's going to have the kids and you're going to provide a role he can't if you do stay within this partnership. Completely toxic men extend this into that real family situation. When you do have kids, they're still banging on about they're the one who earned the money and you have to respect them and do what they say and they're paying for this and that and blah blah blah. It's all crap. You're the one who has a womb. He can't have those kids without you. You're the main nurturer. You're the maternal figure. You're way more important than him in that family unit. So that guy that bangs on about his earnings and how he's so important even before you've had a family, that's just a precursor to him doing this when you do have children and when you do have bills to pay and mouths to feed. It's only going to get worse, so he's going to start it nice and early to show that power distance that he's the king, he's the earner, he's the man, and you have to respect him. But that's all some BS for all the reasons I said. If he starts going on like that, tell him you don't want his money and tell him to get the hell out of there. Number two has got to be the guy who thinks it's cool to make comments about other attractive women in front of his partner. And this also extends into the guy who overtly likes hot girls' pictures on social media. Basically, he does these kind of things because he knows it's upsetting you. He knows he shouldn't be doing it, and he's just emphasizing that he's more powerful in the relationship because you're lucky to have him, because he's the king, he's the prize, and he can do whatever he wants because you won't tell him off. And if you do, he's still the king. He's going to tell you to shut up, and how dare you tell him what to do because he's the man and he runs the relationship. What a load of crap. So he may excuse it as a harmless comment. Oh, it's only male nature. They're good-looking women. I'm just telling the truth. You know, I've still got eyes. It's not like I'd ever cheat. But no, it's not only that. It's not a harmless comment. He knows it hurts you. He knows it's a violation of the basis of a relationship where you don't perv on other people. But it's not only that. He's also challenging you when he does this. He's showing you that he's the boss. He can do stuff which upsets you and you will say nothing. And if you do, he'll shut you up. And finally, on some deeper psychological level, he's also getting a bit of a twisted kick out of the knowledge that he's upsetting you by perving on other women. Like, what the hell is that? So don't let him, don't believe the BS excuses, don't excuse his actions. It's all completely disrespectful to you and a complete violation of the basis of a healthy partnership. Number three has got to be the angry partner. So this is the guy who's always in a mood, he's always stressed, he's always kicking off about something. And despite the fact you're probably walking around on eggshells around him, you always seem to end up the object of his bad moods and his bad temper. So again, the guy who's constantly angry and moody and snappy and always having a go at you for no reason, he's going to excuse this on his work. He's stressed, he's got this situation and that situation going on, but it's unacceptable. That's a separate sphere. Your work and your stress life shouldn't come into your relationship, and if you're basically bullying and terrorizing your partner, then you're one nasty toxic male. And of course, he's only acting like this in the first place because he believes he's more important than you. You're never going to leave him. He's the prize, he's the boss, he runs the relationship, and all of the other points which popped up in the previous 2 points. Very often, this kind of character comes up when you guys have been together for a while. He's totally stopped respecting you. He's totally stopped seeing you as that prize he had to fight to obtain. And he's definitely not thinking about the correct behavior and the care which he needs to be giving you to nurture you and to nurture your relationship. And of course, as the years pass, he gets more and more comfortable being disrespectful. He's been doing it for ages already. You're never going to leave him. You barely even pull him up on it. So it gets more frequent and he thinks less about what he's done and doesn't feel bad anymore. And you head to a situation where you're literally his verbal punch bag all the time. He's lost complete respect for you. And so anytime he wants to lash out because he's feeling some kind of way, he decides to verbally abuse you. So if this sounds a bit like your man, know that these traits are only going to increase. He's only going to get worse. And if you chuck in future situations like hard financial times, the stress of having kids and other stuff like that, you can have a fully abusive partner. And one day, God forbid, that verbal tongue lashing he gives you could turn physical. So don't let him get away with it. Move on and find someone you deserve. Peace.